It has been, I think, a few months since I posted a video, and I've been waiting for the new stuff. Honestly, I'm not really that excited about EX9. I think only like two decks that I want to play. One of them was being the Kaguya, which really cool. I've play tested about 20 matches already, so I do think I got a really good, solid understanding of the deck. I have been working on new counters, yellow and purple, in honor of Kaguya. Some sleeves, BT22, the Omnimon, and the Nokia coming out, really good sleeves. Might launch these. So yeah, that's pretty much it. My wife is pregnant. I haven't really publicly announced that I'm having. Well, I'm not having a baby, but my wife is having a baby, and she's due literally in a month from now. So I've also been busy with, getting life together, getting the house ready, baby ready, and all that stuff. So here we go. Jumping back into the deck profile, we got the Kaguyamon. When attacking, if you have another Digimon, draw one. The board can go wide. Let's go with the new cards, the Hanimon. This one gets a Digivolve over the Kaguyamon for free. And then on play, you trash one card in your hand, then you may return one Digimon card with the puppet trait from your trash to the hand. So this is how you can recycle your Kaguyas, your Syndrol, basically any card in your deck that's a puppet. You can even recycle itself, although I don't, yeah. The inherit of these new ones, the Rookie and the Champion opponent's turn once per turn, when one of your opponent's Digimon attacks, by deleting one of your other Digimon and that attack. It's actually really good, especially if you don't have that Kaguya and you have the Syndrol, so they don't have blocker or alliance. You can just delete one of your tokens and then end the attack. Pretty good. We're only running it at 3 because draw power is nice, and then you can play stuff from the trash anyway, so you'd be able to do that. 2 of the promo Shuman, had to print these bad boys because I don't have them. So this one has on play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets security attack -1 for the turn. Is it necessary? No. Can it come up? Sure. But your Kaguya makes everything blocker, all your puppets blocker, and then the inherit of the new ones, you get to end the attack, so it can still come up. Inherit, when attacking one of your opponent's Digimon gets -2000 DP per turn. I don't think this card is a necessity, but it's a Shuman at the end of the day. 3 of the EX7 Shuman. This one, during your turn, when it would Digivolve into a puppet, you can reduce it by 1. So now you could evolve for 1 instead of 2. And then with the promo Ariza, you could actually reduce or gain memory when you Digivolve, so now you Digivolve for free. And we got the inherit during your turn. All of your opponent's security Digimon get -3000 DP. Really good. The best Shuman, in my opinion, to run is going to be the Searcher one from Starter Deck 19 because you can get 2 hits. So you drop it, reveal 3 cards from your deck, add 1 card with Puppet, Trait, and 1 card with Liberator among them, and then return. Bottom deck the rest. So you can pick up any of the Tamers. You could pick up Noble Families, which is an option card that has Liberator on it. You can, so it's very, very good. It accelerates your play because you're able to, like I said, pick up 2. Inherit, same as the other one. Opponent security gets -3k. Last but not least, these could kind of be a flex spot, just like those Shumans. We're doing 2 PawnChessmon. So in the beginning, I wasn't running any training, physical trainings or any memory boost. I teched them back in. I'll talk about it once I get there. I don't think they're that necessary. Anyway, this one, when you play it, by trashing 1 card with Puppet and its trait, you get to draw 2. Since you can recycle with the Hanimon, play stuff with Kaguya, end of turn, you get where I'm going. You kind of don't. You're able to play it from your trash. The reason we're only running it at 2 is because when you do Digivolve from the Kaguyamon, it does cost 1. So this one, you won't really ever Digivolve over Kaguyamon unless you're in a really bad spot. But Inherit a reboot, giving your Kaguya your Syndrol reboot is always awesome. Even though you don't need it, but you do need it because then you have the protection, popping a level 5 protection, popping one of your token or puppet, then they can not leave play. So not that necessary, but pretty good. Let's talk about the new Kokeshiman, if I'm saying that right. When Digivolving and on deletion, by trashing 1 card in your hand, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -4000 DP for the turn. So it would have been cool if I had it on play as well. That'd be busted. So, really good card, especially when you're moving it up. Go ahead and Digivolve. I guess I just thought about this too, but then if you do move up with the Shuman that reduces it, you're digivolving for 1, and then you can pop if they got a floodgate by trashing a card and then give that minus 4k. You would pop the floodgate that would prevent you from playing Digimon by effects if they do have that floodgate. And then bam, you can go into your level 5, and I'll get into that. Opponent's turn. When any of your opponent's Digimon attacks by deleting one of your other Digimon and that attack. Go. Just one Shushuman from EX7, the one digivolving if you have one or fewer Tamers you may play in Ariza. Reason is because the new Tamer just plays her anyway. That it's kind of, it still comes up, don't get me wrong. You could still run this card and still get a benefit out of playing it, but I just don't see, past 2, I don't think you should run at all. Inherit all of your opponent's security Digimon, get minus 3k. 2 of the starter deck 19 Shushuman. Playing this more for the security effect. When it gets hit in the security, you may play 1 card with Liberator trait and a play cost of 4 or less from your hand or trash, which is really good. So now you can play that Hanima if you need to recycle a Kaguya from the trash. You could play itself. You could play any of these level 4s and lower. And then it has Overclock. Overclock, if you don't know what it does, you can delete a token and or other Digimon. In this case, Puppet. So the has to have Puppet in its trait, and then you delete it, and then it could attack at the end of your turn without suspending. Pretty good. Especially if you're kind of already having the minus 3k at your opponent's security. You could essentially swing and then do Overclock, and then you can attack again. So you could end games like that. But more for playing it out of security, which leads me on to, I think, the best level 4 you could run is the promo Shushuman, and they are all printed. I actually just ordered some, but I didn't have any. You know, when all these promos came out, it was so damn expensive. 20, 30. Yeah. So no. So I finally ordered some. Running it at 4. Security effect at the end of the battle, you could play it. More importantly, it has on play and when digivolving. It plays a, I think it's called familiar token, something like that. It plays a token, gives it 3000 DP, and then at the end of your opponent's turn, minus 3000. So this actually has happened where they swing, still their turn, play it out, play the token, and then their turn ends, and then you can pop one of their, whatever they have. So far it has 3000 DP or less. But the token, when it gets deleted, you give one Digimon minus 3000 DP or less. This deck has heavy DP reduction. Pretty good. And then the inherit effect is Barrier. When this Digimon, which I have it here too, bam. When this Digimon will be deleted in battle by trashing top security card, it isn't deleted, which can pop up. This helps me when the level 5, so if they're about to get deleted by effects, they don't get deleted by effects, and that's only once per turn. Then you have Barrier, so now if they try to swing over it, you can use Barrier and it still survives. Pretty cool. That's it for the full roundup. You could play that, I don't know the name of it, it's a black card Puppet that, when you play it, if you have 3 security or less, you can't get the Digivolved or reduce DP or whatever it is. I just didn't choose to play it. That's it. No, nothing crazy. You could also play Junkmon that gives Decoy, but I feel with having Barrier, having which we'll get into, these level 5s inherit that basically protect your Digimon if they were about to leave the battle area. Kaguyamon. So this one has an on-play and when digivolving by deleting one of your tokens or other Puppet trait Digimon. This Digimon could digivolve into a level 6 with Puppet trait without paying the cost. Pretty good. Literally in one turn from level 3, you can go up to you can go up to level 6. And we'll just talk about it real quick. Especially if you got the Shushuman there, or the Shuman, right? You move up, and then you reduce it by, you're at 3 here. Reduce it by 1, boom, draw, plays out the token during your turn. Doesn't get popped till the end of your opponent's turn. So now, there we go, we're setting ourselves up. Digivolve for 3, yes, it passes it to your opponent's turn for 1. Why is my camera doing things? Come on now. Alright, so we're just there you go. Thank you. Okay, cool. So then you do that, and then you pop the token, bam, popped, give something minus 3k, and now we're going to go ahead and digivolve to your Kaguya or Syndrol, whichever the battle or your situation calls for. There we go. This is why this card is amazing. So you want to run 4 of those. The inherit, I kind of already said it, but all turns, once per turn, when this Digimon would leave the battle area, other than by your own effects, by deleting one of your other tokens, or puppet trait Digimon, it doesn't leave. So built-in protection, pretty good. The only thing around this is DP reduction and the digivolving, which is why that level 4 would come into play. Now you kind of have all-around protection, but with that one you can digivolve over level 3s, and then you kind of drop it, and like it's searchable, so it does work and it can work. 5 of the EX7 Chapman has overclock. When digivolving, you may play a level 3 Digimon card with the puppet trait from your hand without paying the cost. You already know. If you don't have if you have a level 6 in the trash, boom, do this, play the new Hanimon, trash something, get that level 6 back, now you can digivolve on top. It's a way to do it as well. It just sets yourself up as well for the all turns if you end up digivolving to a level 6 and you're going into the Kaguya instead of the Syndrol. And then the all turns has the same thing as level 5. They both give you protection once per turn, besides your own effects. So pretty much it for level 5s. I have seen people play the on-play one, where it gives it -3, and then if you have 3 or more Digimon, give it another -3, which is -6. Totally do it. I was teching it at 1, but it never really came up for me, or I never really had that, like, man, I need more to reduce more DP. It's like one time, but it's not enough for me to say, like, okay, you know, let me do it. It does come up with the new Tamer where you could actually reduce it by 3, so you play it by 4. So, it'll come up, actually. 4 of the Kaguyas and 2 are printed because your boy don't have 4. So the Kaguya, digivolve for 3 over puppet trait. We got all turns. All of your tokens and puppet trait Digimon gain alliance and blocker. So we got the alliance, barrier, and the blocker all in one just for you. Usually what I do when it's my turn, flip it to alliance. When it's my opponent's turn, now they're all blockers. Pretty cool. This is like my pride and joy, honestly. My god. All turns. When other Digimon are deleted, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. That effect is crazy. This card is just busted. It really is. End of your turn, you may play 1 level 4 or lower puppet trait Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. There is instances, so for example, especially if you have blocker, right? You play out, what I like to do, so I'll play out end of turn. If I have the promo Shushuman in the trash, this is what I'll play. Now I'll play him, and now, or her, whatever it is, spits out a token, so now I got 2 bodies right then and there, just from the end of turn. I got 3 blockers. Now my opponent attacks, I'm going to block with the token, it's going to get deleted anyway at the end of their turn. Block, give something -3k, potentially popping it, and then since this got deleted, and if the attacking Digimon didn't get deleted, now you could essentially pop 2, -3 on 1, little rookie, then when that gets popped, all turns triggers, and then if they have their main attack monster, which it usually is, then that gets popped. 3 of the Syndrol. Luckily, I got 2. I need 1 more. People are running a 3 at 3. Honestly, there's times, a lot of the times where I was playing, I was always searching for level 6s. So I was like, I have a lot, and I was always searching for it. Yes, then towards late game, I had like 3 or 4 in my hand, but the faster you get them, the faster and better it's going to be for you. And then at that point, it kind of doesn't matter because you could just use like Hanimon or the Chessmon where you just play it and you could just trash one of them and draw 2. So it's more of a plus side of having Kaguya at 4 than the downside of having it at not 4. I don't know. English is hard, right? Anyway, Syndrol. When it digivolves and start of your main phase, you get to play a familiar token with 3k. And when it gets deleted, give us -3k. When attacking, give one of your opponent's Digimon -6,000 DP. It is not once per turn. How does this work? So we follow that whole digivolving, level 5, boom. If you're at 1, right, from the... Fine, I'll do it. Hold on. What we got? So when you did that, okay? when you did that from the, I just gotta get them all out of here. There we go. So when you did this, so when you had your 3 go up, digivolve for 1, draw, play the token, digivolve for 3, pop this, -3 on something. Now I got -3. So let's keep it going. So we got -3. Digivolve. When digivolving, play this back out. Now you can overclock, end of turn, delete token. Now we got -6 on something. And now it can attack without suspending. Now you got -12 on a level 6. And you attack. And you have barrier just in case you die. But -3k, so you should be pretty good at that point. It just sucks if you just have that one stack. They kind of go back and forth on which one is really good, but I always almost want Kaguya on play just because it just gives everything alliance and blocker. It's just nuts. But this card, every turn, like I said, you could swing after you, now even after you started your main phase, after you did that, so your phase again, play a token, attack, -6, overclock, -3, -6, that's -15. So you see the DP reduction is pretty heavy in this deck. 2 physical trainings. I was not playing this, and I also was not playing Memory Boost. I'm still back and forth on it if I should have it on there or not, because you have a lot of draw power. Even if you like reduce or don't reduce digivolution costs, like sometimes it comes in handy, but most of the times it really didn't. Sometimes late game, I would have this card in my hand, and I just wouldn't want to play it. Well, kind of don't see the point. I'd rather just play the Tamer. Kind of almost does the same thing where it searches for me. So I'm just still running it in there just because one of my MVP cards is actually Noble Family Arts, and I was actually running it at 3. But since it's searchable, I dropped it at 2 because it could get picked up. So when you do play this card, you got -6, and then if you have 3 Digimon or more, it further gets -6,000 DP. So what you could also do with the Syndrol is you could, if it's there, right, or you digivolve, whatever, even if you have 0, play this, give -12 to something, let's say they have a level 7, that's at 15, 16k, give it -12, then you do overclock with this, swing, that's another -6, that's -18. So there's ways for you to get rid of stuff, and yeah. I was playing this, I played this a lot when they kind of had their board set up to like not blitz, into what was it called? Blast Digivolve. You know, they have the level 6s and like, oh yeah, go ahead attack and I'll blast DNA. Nah, you just drop that Noble Family Arts and it pops a level 6. Really good. Security effect, you just play the main effect. 3 Mirai, really good card. I should really start doing those Liberator videos again. Yeah, I want to, because now all these cards are like, damn, what happened? Where do these people come from? So, if you don't know, this is Ariza's sister. I don't know if she's older or not, but I'm guessing she is. As a non-play, reveal top 3 cards, add 1 card with Puppet or Liberator in its traits. Right? So now you can pick up an Ariza, you can pick up any card basically, you can even pick up Noble Family Arts. Your turn. When any of your Digimon digivolve into a Puppet trait Digimon by returning this Tamer, you may play 1 Ariza or Puppet trait Digimon card from your hand with the play cost reduced by 3. So this is what I'm saying. Now you could actually end up, if you don't want to hard drop this, you can, but don't do that. This is how you play your Ariza Tamers for free. And like I said, you go through your deck. There are some combos you could go through with this where you could end up, if you don't have what you need, like to use overclock or protection for Kaguya because you need 2 bodies in case she gets popped to pop 1. When she digivolves into Kaguya, then you can just send this away and play out like a Shuman or something. Or you could even play out the promo Shushuman before. I should just keep this card handy. Where are you? You just play that one for a reduced cost of 3, so you play it for 1. Now you can play out a token, so now you got 2 bodies to kind of help you. 3 blockers, I should say, if you got the Kaguya and in case she gets popped, you can just pop something to keep her on the board. So there's a lot you can do with this card. 2 of the EX7 Ariza. Start your main phase if your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. It's always handy since I was running the Ariza that was a memory setter. And running it at 1 was fine, but honestly, I don't know if it's worth it. It would just really depend on you. You would just really use that one for the memory setter. Her other effect that when you play a Digimon, you can suspend it and give it a rush. It doesn't come about as much because you could just attack with the Kaguya and use Alliance on that. So it kind of bypasses it. I guess if you're about to beat your opponent, then you want 2 separate attacks. But it doesn't come up that much, so that's why I didn't run it. All turns when any of your tokens or puppet trait Digimon are deleted by suspending this Tamer. You may play 1 level 3 Digimon card with the puppet trait from your hand without paying the cost. Comes in handy with Syndrol. When you use Overclock, you pop it, now you bring out another level 3. Ideally, you want to bring out the Searcher, Shushuman, keep it going. And now you can, if you have the level 5s underneath, you can use a Shushuman as a scapegoat. Then we got 2 of the promo Arizas. I feel all these are good. Ratios are pretty good. I do like this card, but this one I feel like gives you just as much value, especially when they're like popping all your Digimon, and now your level 6 is left and there's no way to protect it. So now since this is all turns, you can play out that body and now you can actually protect it. This one on play, you may play 1 Shushuman from your hand without paying the cost. Pretty good. It's kind of like that Davis. Play a Davis, play the Emon. Searcher, go through your deck. Your turn, when one of your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with the puppet trait, by suspending it, gain 1 memory. So in that scenario that we had, where it left you at 1 after you pop using level 5, you have the Ariza after you digivolve, go to 0, and now it keeps your turn. Being able to do stuff with the Kaguya, right? Alliance and all that stuff. So there we go. I am thinking of, well, I did start, I should say. One thing I did do was building a Digimon newsletter called DigiNews, I think. I forgot what I named it. And really, I just want to send newsletters and just update everyone on like the decks, not decks, but Digimon TCG, the anime, merch, the games, kind of just like a hub or a central hub for like updating on Digimon stuff. I will link that down below if you guys are interested in that. It is totally free, no charge to you. And yeah, I'm just going to test it out, see how I feel about it, see how people like it, people dig it. You know, if I do launch these, I'll say it on there and I'll say, hey, I'm launching these Omni sleeves. If you want to pick some up, now you can. Which I might make it just through there and not like put them all out in the internet for copyright reasons. But yeah, there we go. Good to be back, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.